Welcome back, everybody, for yet another brand new edition of the Game of the Week. It's Alexander, and we are going back to the world of Domination. I hope you guys are ready. I am excited to get some more Domination. There was a fair amount of enjoyment in our first Domination Game of the Week with the Mongolians. Alexander's another OP. In fact, I would put them the best Domination Civ on the game. They are fantastic in every way. Absolutely. So I hope you guys are ready to enjoy the big game. We have ourselves, we're set up for a solid start here. I found, this is the first roll this morning. I was like, okay, gotta find a map. Away we go. Looks like we're even going to get a little bit of Mount Roraima in our city, so can't complain there. We even got turtles, fantastic stuff. This is Pangaea map, standard size, as always, standard game speed. All map conditions are standard, and if you look below in the map, or sorry, in the game video, yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. The video description. You'll see all kinds of information down there, including the game seed and the map seed, so you can actually play along on this very same map as Alexander with me. So enjoy if that's your thing. Thank you again for joining me. I really do appreciate it. We're live, as always, on Twitch, twitch.tv/Normlator, playing all kinds of Civ 6. Come on over and say hello. So, right out of the gate, like I said, it's a pretty solid start. Considering map conditions are standard, it's not New World Age, it's not wet. We're going to have a 2-2 city center settling in place. We got some hills up here. We've got some growth along here, and of course the turtles. Got some more hills over here and some chops, so that'll help us out with building stuff up. You know, we're along a short river, but there's room for a commercial hub, maybe. Not really sure where. Well, we could go campus, commercial hub, encampment. Figure something out, or maybe we'll just do it this way. We could just put the campus here and surround it with districts, and it'd be a +2 anyway. And over here, if we put it there, it's a +1. And then eventually we can make it a +2 somehow, but we can just make it a +2 by surrounding with districts. We could also get the government square in there and make it a +3. We could actually go, this is the way I get, right? You guys know it. I haven't even placed my city and I'm already thinking districts. Adjacencies! But yeah, I'm just thinking like campus, maybe the commercial hub. I mean, it depends on where you want to put the government square, depending on where your other cities are. Down here or up there, but you could go government square somewhere like that with the commercial hub, and then the campus, and then that'd be a +3 campus. Well, yeah, the military district, yes, I will be going for a military district, Tendu, and I will be using its position strategically to ensure that I add adjacencies to other districts. Specifically, I will probably put the encampment there and then the campus here, and immediately that makes a +1 campus. And then if I put the commercial hub and the government square there, the commercial hub will be a +4, and the campus would become a +3, specifically because I put the encampment right there. With the encampment there, that would give me 4 adjacent districts, meaning +2 overall adjacency, and then the government square would make it 3. Without the encampment in that place there, the campus here would actually only be a +2. So, very important and very strategic decision making there. I am going to click on this guy right here and found the city and stop with all the shenanigans. So we have some options here for how we're going to run this out. I think I'm going to just move along here and see if I can't go find another river or something out this way, and then maybe head south with my second unit, or maybe north. I don't know, doesn't really matter, but I think I'm going to head this way, and then I can have the discovery can happen with my second guy. So options here are you can go straight into the production, but you're going to grow super slow. And I'm not a big fan of that because it means you're 14 turns away from starting your settler, and you want to get on top of that quicker. So what you can do is you can come in here and lock in that +3 growth. Now it's going to slow down tremendously your first unit. And I'm going to make it a warrior, and I'll tell you why in a second. Because at least at that point, you're going to get to growth at 5 turns. Thankfully, the 2-2 city center is giving us some production. So it's almost like having a 2-1 city center and then a 3-1 tile, which is pretty solid. So it's not too bad. And locking in that growth will get us to pop 2, allow us to start our settler, and allow us to start getting that growth going. Because if you don't get the growth going, you're not going to take advantage of these strong tiles that you've got going here. We've got a 2-2 out here that we'll want to buy at first opportunity, probably. My guess is it'll grow to here. And we're going to want to buy that because we're going to want the 2-2 tile pretty quick. Get to pop 3 as quick as we can. And pop out a settler. Yeah, that's about where I'm at with this, folks. I like this, and I'm going to tell you why I'm going to do the warrior, because what I want to do with the warrior is I want to try to take advantage a little bit as much as I can of the Hypaspist special unit. Like I said, Alexander's OP, just awesome. This Hellenistic Fusion, the extra Eureka or for each encampment or campus in a conquered city, and inspiration for Holy Site or Theater Square. That's just giving you all kinds of stuff. If you're taking over cities fast enough, you're gonna have the Eureka or inspiration for almost every tech because of that. So it's fantastic in helping you with science and culture. And of course, this special building here produces a bunch of science for you as you produce units. So you're gonna want to get that built before you start spitting out your units. And the lack of war weariness is fantastic. As well as the units healing after you take a city with a wonder, particularly on Deity. If you're playing on Deity, all the other civs are stealing all the wonders from under you, and it's so frustrating. That's okay though, because you're gonna go take those cities over, and as soon as you do, all your units go to full health, which means you can just keep that war train moving. You don't have to stop and heal and stop to worry about having promotions as you get moving along. And of course, we have our second special unit, which is just cheating almost. Which provides it's basically a horseman, but it's heavy cavalry, which means it transitions into the knight as well, so you keep that momentum going quickly. It does leave a bit of a gap in your cavalry because you have to kind of build your own cavalry at that point from scratch, but that's okay because the advantage it gives you early is insane. Another +5 additional combat strength when a J Great General means a Great General is actually worth 10, which is insane. It makes it so powerful. And it also starts with a free promotion, so right out of the gate you're working on your second promotion. And then the Great General points whenever you kill a unit, that just means that you're spamming Great Generals like crazy, and the opponent, you almost get every single general is pretty much going to be yours. That's how great they are. So that's Alexander in a nutshell. Like I said, that special unit upgrades into a knight. But what I wanted to talk about quickly as to why I'm going with the warrior is this Hypaspist unit is kind of like a solid, unique unit. Not great, not bad. It sits in anything that replaces a swordsman, makes a swordsman a little better. I do enjoy. The extra 50% support bonus is nice if you keep them together in groups. You know, it just gives you a little bit more bonus towards your combat. And then the +5 combat strength is the biggest thing I want to talk about when besieging districts. So that basically means it's really good at taking over cities. The problem with that is because it's a swordsman replacement, it's only got that +2 movement. And at that point, not +2 movement, but 2 total movement to start with. And at that point, it's such a slow unit. I always say it's cavalry or bust, whether it's like any of your high movement, you know, cavalry or horsemen, knight, cavalry, tanks, all those things are way to go. But what I'd like to do is start early with the warriors, try to get them their upgrades off of maybe barb camps, and get into the Hypaspist units and get them their second upgrade. to get that +1 movement for commando, making them a 3 movement. You put a general on them, they're +4 movement. And hopefully we can find a way, maybe keep them relevant for a couple of civs, to take out a couple civs, and have that nice movement, and give them, and have that, you know, keep them in groups, get that 50% additional support bonus, and then add in that 5% combat strength besieging districts, and really make them strong at taking over some cities as we get going. I like to make them relevant, is basically what I'm saying. Make the Hypaspist relevant again. You thought it was a hook? Hey, Shuffman, how you doing? Yeah, it's a helmet, yeah. So we've locked in the food. I think that's good enough. I think we've talked enough about turn 1. I think it's time to hit the next turn. What do you think? Just quickly, I am going to just sub in my thoughts on district placement. Because I already talked about it. And this is an initial thought. If I put a city in over here, it'd be really viable along here. I do not know what's going on over here, though. We do have horses down here. Fresh water is an issue at this time. Continent, the same one. So that's an option. You could potentially do it out this way and eat up a couple hills. You could put the campus here and the government plaza there and the encampment there, and that would actually give you, oh no, it still wouldn't work because you don't have the city center, so it'd still only be a +3. So there's not really a way early on to get a really good campus in this city using the mountain, beyond what you're going to get from this. So and then again, like I said, this is all up for grabs in conversation about what happens depending on what we have up here, what we have over here. Okay, just like that, it's turn 3, folks. Boom. Okay. And we have desert over here. We do have a river, though. Interesting to go see what's going on in the river. Yeah, I like that he moved that way. Desert. First meet on Hong Kong. Okay, so that's not particularly helpful in a lot of ways because it's plus to production. It does help you when you're building your districts and your buildings, absolutely. But it's not going to help you. It doesn't give you extra gold, culture, science, things like that. So it's a little bit not amazing. But a little bit extra when you're building your districts and stuff like that. It's helpful. It's not going to hurt. And it looks like there's another river heading down this way. So we're going to want to maybe figure out what's going on. I feel like there's going to be a cluster. When there's this many rivers around a city-state, there's going to be a cluster, I feel like. Our next warrior, like I said, we will likely head south. And then we saw a barb here, so we'll go searching for that barb camp with our second warrior. We're 2 turns from the growth that we're looking for. Oh, hello there, Mr. Scout. Shot. Oh, he should probably head down this way somewhere. Oh, he's going over there. Separate lens. Wait a minute. Okay, so there's something else here. Because you can see here, this city-state should only block to here, and there's 2 more reds here, so there's another city-state or a civilization right there. So we'll go learn who that is. Right. And now... Oh, not now, next time. Okay. Okay, that's not good. That guy found me. That warrior's gonna have to take off. Shoot. Okay, so we met that guy. That's extra gold. That's great. But now I'm nervous because this guy found me. I was hoping that that guy would head south, and he headed found me. Okay, I think I gotta go this way and try to get there, and then this warrior will go do his thing as well. I'm gonna try to get the pop 3. I'm gonna keep forcing that 3 food. Oh wait, just a second. I have gold now.
It was a fantastic landscape. For all
There's the
around
discovery.
were rocks.
Beautiful. I'm not seeing any fresh water, but I'm actually, I do have the gold for it, so I'm actually gonna go ahead and grab this now, and I think I'll unlock that and lock that. Give up the 1 food for an extra couple of production. So we're still going to grow at a pretty solid pace. Production. Grab our settler.
Who deserves more credit?
That'd be an interesting city center there. Aqueduct the hell out of it. Maybe do some districts right there. City center districts. A lot of hills, but like a lot of really good tiles too. Like it's interesting ideas. Every time I see a Plains Hill, I'm always like, ooh, that's a city center. Try and get some barb kills here so we can get our boost. Very important boost. Oh, hello there. He didn't die! He hasn't gotten back, so, and he's gonna have, I think I kill him. And no, he'll step this way. I gotta try and trap him before he gets down wherever he came from. Because I'd like to send one of these guys north. I don't really want them both south. Because I feel like this is... I want a freshwater city for my second city, and this isn't it. Oh, there we go. So I'm going to have this guy head south for looking for the barb camp. Oh, we're in the tundra. Monka. That kind of sucks. Freshwater here, but that's too far away. If that river came up here more, then maybe you could use it, but... Yeah, or a little lake would have been nice. Alright, so that's likely a city center there, I think. To be honest with you. And again, in a domination game, we're only looking for 2, maybe 3 other cities at the most. The scout went to here, correct? So, if I went there, he won't come back. He could come back here, actually. Doesn't really matter. Chance he goes around. I'm going to go here so he can't flank me left, or less likely that he flanks me left. Really want to get that. Aha, he came back. You're dead. You're dead, sir. We found it. Code of Laws next turn. What I'm actually going to do, a little trick, I kind of thought of the last couple games ago, it kind of occurred to me as an interesting trick in order to try and get that.
What is best? Man is the...
In order to try to get the... what do you call it? The boost to bronze working. You need 3 kills, and if you kill the scout and the spearman, then you're kind of like, okay, well, I need 1 more kill. But if you hang out around a barb hut, and I've said this before, long enough, they'll spawn a unit. And so if I could take on that guy and the warrior, the spearman and the warrior, I'll get the spearman down, then stand there, heal up till the warrior appears, kill them both. Bob's your uncle. Now we're going to run God King, and it just got me kind of thinking. It is often quite difficult to get the God of the Forge, but it would be great to have. It'd be an interesting one to have for sure, to get the God of the Forge. If we were to settle this city next, that would, well, 6, 7, 8, 9. In 10 turns, we would be collecting 2 extra faith, plus we could work that, be 3 extra faith, and eventually that. But in 10 turns, we would be at 10 or 11 faith, whatever. And then we'll be working like 3 extra faith per turn. And that would get us there pretty quick. It'd give us a better shot if we settled this city first. Mind you, it's not going to be the greatest city right out of the gate with absolutely no water at all. But it's something to consider. I'm going to come back here and head north and see what my options are up there. I'll have just enough time to go up there and see if it's worth going north or south with my settler. So instinctually, I'm always like, boom, there we go. But getting to that settler card, not really that valuable anymore when we're running this game. So not as much value here. Obviously, the ability to grab your trade route is very nice, but so is Agogi. Agogi can let us start spawning those units as quick as we can. It does mean we've got to try and get a builder as soon as we can as well, so hopefully we can get one of those before too long. We're making a fair amount of gold, so maybe we buy it, and maybe we can get the boost of this, get the Agogi tile going as soon as possible. Hey, Dirty Harry, how you doing? So I'm gonna go like this. Okay, there's a goody hut. I do like moving to a hill or a forest, or a hill forest, when I'm around a barb camp, in case he decides to ever attack back at some point. You've got that combat bonus, so I don't mind that. Plus, it gives us an extra turn hanging around the barb hut to start that counter. That is a minor defeat, eh? Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take the hit. Oh, for a good roll, not too bad. Maybe heal for 1 or 2 turns, hit again, get him nice and low, and then we'll just let him go. Here, I want to just try and get to see if I can find a river or something up here.
If there are no dogs in,
you know, the decision on where to go next with that settler. We are up to pop 3. There's no need to lock that in anymore because it's the best 3 tiles right here. That's pretty solid. Growth is pretty slow working the 1-3 now, but settler in 3 we do like. Okay, no, it just popped out a warrior. So that was faster than I thought it would be. I'm actually just gonna hold in place because we're gonna have to defend against his attacks now. We still have our promotion to get, so that'll be good. We should be close on this. I'm gonna go pottery because I don't want to be too far away from writing. Because I do want to get my campus placed as quick as I can, make it as cheap as possible. And then I'll have bronze working as an option as well. Probably very soon. Really doesn't matter which one of those two I do first. So. Okay, so that's interesting. He actually attacked me onto the hill and got crushed. Again, I'm just going to stay in place. We'll defend well on that hill. And continue to get our healing off. There's another goody hut. Next turn. Settler in 1. Still haven't found anything. Alright, so there we go. Now, I could go here and grab this, and I would have good defense against an attack. But I kind of like the idea of going ahead and taking that promotion. When he attacks, he will get crushed. Because of that, I've got that promotion, and I'm fortified, and I'm on a hill. He's going to get absolutely crushed. It'll be 1 hit. Then I can clear it out the next turn anyway, and I'll have higher health than if I went there and got hit without having taken the promotion, essentially. So there, that's what I'm going to do. And let's go and grab that goody hut. And we did find a river, and it's a beautiful location. Even that as a city center would be all right if it's the only hill. Imagine that for a city center. I always get that. I'm so excited about my Plains Hills. So I could go north to the river, get the fresh water, and then have this be my next city. The only downfall to that is it takes away a lot of the opportunity that we might have to get that God of the Forge. If God of the Forge is something you had in mind, it's likely Gonzo. If you go here, you have a much better chance of it. Plus, it's like a nice science boost as well. It's hard to give that up. Problem is you're going to work that 3-1 tile and immediately get the pop 2, and then you're stuck because that's your pop limit. And it'll be a while before we can go ahead and build the aqueduct. I think you got to come down here. Both the faith and the science boost. And then you immediately, well... I don't know. Problem is that there's probably somebody here. Just... Oh, they just spawned a scout. Right? And he didn't die, okay. Problem is that scout's going to go ahead and take off now. That's fine though, I don't mind that. I'm going to go ahead and take the heal. He's going to attack me anyway and die. He'll move off of that, then I step onto it. And then when I step onto it, he will attack me back. And we'll finish him off. Take a look at the settler lens here for a second. I just worry, because like I said, I mean, it's water here and tundra here. There's almost certainly going to be somewhere in here there's going to be a civilization. And if I settle back first, I'm going to have to really push for that settler. Maybe I just go settler rate again, or monument settler. Maybe I just push out that settler. I don't know. Why am I so spacious? Well, this isn't spacious yet. I haven't explored that much. If you find having tundra to the south spacious and ocean to the east spacious. Hey, Mephistopheles, how you doing? Start off buying a granary? I could do that. I'm making money. I could start off buying a granary to help out with the growth in there. Certainly it's one situation where if I didn't buy the granary, it'd be one of those situations where I would actually start with a granary instead of a monument. So either way, it'd be granary buy or granary build. I just get nervous that something's going to be here, and if they steal that city, I'm really kind of stuck with whatever garbage this is. You know what? I'm going north. And I think I might go straight into another settler. If I lock in production, how long? 12 turns on another settler if I lock in production, but we do not grow again, which means we'll be back to pop 1. What if I focus food? We grow in 7. And then I focus food. I don't know, this is interesting. Go right to another settler. Or do I go to monument? Focus food. Grow in 7, monument in 8, and then go back to settler. I'm going to be making a ton of gold up here no matter what I do. So I'm going to be able to buy stuff as well. I could always buy the monument and push the settler. I'm going to push the settler. It's a little bit unusual. I don't typically go settler, but with city-states kind of blocking my space here, so if there's somebody over here, they're a ways away. I got tundra to the south, and I've got ocean to my east. So really my only neighbor is typically going to be up here, so I'm kind of safe-ish. Going settler, and that might be the only 3 cities I end up with. Maybe I put another city out here somewhere. But then that'd be definitely it. Yeah, we wouldn't want to wait on maneuver, but it's yeah, I don't know. Like, a maneuver up here, obviously. Maybe I go there, maybe... Yeah, I probably go to maneuver before I go all the way to my government, more than likely. Keeping in mind, though, that I do want to push, like I was mentioning already, I'm not sure if you were here or listening about the Hypaspist. I'm going to want to push some warriors out, try to make the Hypaspist relevant. Purchasing a builder could be an option as well, but if I go settler, I feel like I got to purchase the monument because we are really, really slow right now. The first thing I got to do, like, in fact, if anything, I would say, Steven, if I go settler, I'm definitely not purchasing a worker because I need a monument desperately. We are extremely slow right now. I've got to get more culture going. I either go monument, settler, and buy a builder, or I go settler and buy the monument. I think a monument's got to be the first thing I buy at this point. You cannot work the civics tree this slow for that long right now. It's just, you can't do it. Especially since you're not growing that fast either. You just can't do it. Alright, as predicted, he died on the attack. Clear the barb hut. Some extra gold. He will attack me back across the river till he dies. I'll let him attack me there. Then I'll move here. He'll attack me again and die. Then I take that. Goody hut. Oh my goodness. Check my glasses here. Am I seeing that right? Just give them a little clean here. Got a couple specks on them earlier. Whoa. Whoa. It's Cocoa Heaven. Builder chop. I could go builder and chop into stuff. I'm not a big fan of wasting chops with before Magnus. So that's kind of a it's an interesting choice, but like I said, I'm not a big fan of wasting too many chops before Magnus. Yeah, no, you're right. The monument's crucial. The monument is crucial. But I'm thinking with the money I'm going to be making, it's certainly buyable. Settler. Okay, so there is somebody here. There's somebody here. I would imagine it's a Civ, and that could be another city-state, but I highly doubt it. I'm almost certain that's going to be a... Oh, foreign trade. Nice little boost. Korea? I think it's Korea, right? Or is that... It could be Cyrus. I would like to get the boost to that, though. Getting a builder would be so nice. Thing is, if I buy a builder and do chops, I'm not going to get the boost anyway. Every AI concert ever. Temple of Artemis? No, under no. I wouldn't waste time with a Temple of Artemis on a military run. No need for it. No point. Plus, do I even have a camp?
I thought clay must feel.
I don't even see a camp. Am I missing something? But no, I would not. Temple of Artemis is amazing, but the opportunity cost early is immense. I would never. Seriously, just considering this right here. Yeah, it keeps the horses in play. It brings these into my second run. Then my second level, it's a ton of gold. The 2-2 city center. We've got some hills and stuff back here to help it with production. It's kind of flat in there, of course, but there's lots of chops. Some hills up in there, too. Yeah, war funds for days in this city. That's an immense amount of gold. That's super duper lucky. Yeah, it's Korea. And that was... Oh. An envoy for Antioch somehow. They must have wanted the boost for... they wanted the boost for writing, probably. So, I'm gonna go here. It doesn't really matter. I want to get my encampment and my campus placed as soon as possible. If I went here... nah, I can go here. I'm gonna go there. If I didn't have the boost to writing, if I hadn't met them, maybe, but... Alright, boom. Straight to the monument. And we will purchase one of these. I think, you know what I'm going to do, though? I'm going to buy this one. Because we don't know what... We know that it certainly appears as though this is surrounded by water out here. And so buying this tile doesn't give it access to anything here. But buying this tile could give us access to whatever's here, or will give us access to whatever here. And if this is a great tile, it will immediately give me the ability to buy that tile. If I buy this one, I still won't be able to buy that. So depending on what's here, I may want to buy to it eventually or some point. So, oh, or learn things. It's a nice tile, but won't buy to it. Yeah, well, I probably won't build any more cities. I'm probably just going to build the 2 settlers, because these cities are going to be quite strong. I don't really know if I'll need I could throw another city down here. I don't know. I mean, you could go 2-2 city center, add some adjacencies here, some chops. Another copy of a luxury. I mean, there are some stuff here. I mean, it's not a terrible city. It has some hills and stuff, so it'd be pretty productive, actually. You have some growth and then some mines. I mean, it would be a pretty productive city. I could get a 4th city, but we're about to be at Pop 3. Then we can reevaluate our stuff and our things. I could go with the 2nd city up north. Well, I could go along the lake, maybe. But it's not... I mean, it's nice, but... I could have gone with 2 cities here. Like, I could have gone with a non-2-2 city center and put, like, a city there and a city here. But, again, I really don't believe a lot in the need for a lot of cities in a military game. So, I feel like I want to kind of come back this way and clear this out, because that way I don't have to ever come back here again. I just clear this out. Maybe there's a goody hut or 2 over in here. Maybe there's a, well, I suppose there could be a barb hut or whatever, but just clear this out, and then I'll, this warrior will have to come over here and clear that out. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. What's my health? Probably if I run into a barb hut, that's the problem. Is it, as I won't be healed. I'm gonna heal up just a little bit, maybe 2 turns worth of heal. Yeah. The goody hut's more likely, right? And because I'm not in need of more settlement locations. It's not as big a deal. That was a fast 40 minutes, folks. Like I said, we're going to go city number 3 right here. We'll figure out some adjacencies. Obviously, it's going to be, without a doubt, an aqueduct into the hills. I would imagine a campus. Maybe the encampment here and the commercial hub here. It would eat up a bunch of hills, but this city is going to be Tutu City Center. There's hills here. There's even a hill out there, hill there. But this is blocking us from options. Yeah. I could put the encampment there too, actually. Well, no, because the commercial hub would lose an adjacency. If I put the... The encampment location matters. If I put the encampment there, and I put the commercial hub here... Rip commercial hub. I could put the commercial hub way down here too, I suppose. For +2. I could do that. And then the encampment out there, it doesn't really matter. And the commercial hub could go down there and I save a couple hills. Or, well, one hill, I guess. We'll talk about it next time, folks. Thank you very much for joining us. That's episode 1 of the Game of the Week. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.